All right, so we're getting into it. Sweep or sell. I think it's really weird collections today.
Yeah, that's going to be hard, man. I was looking at some of this before the broadcast, and I don't know a whole lot about a lot of these projects.
We're gonna find out about them today. That's for sure. I've seen a few tweets on these. I'm just gonna get these all pulled up right here. I'm wondering how many are rugs.
I think we have several rugs in this top 10 right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can. One stands out to me, but
Yeah, I mean, we can glance over some of them too, to be honest.
for sure. All right, so I don't know if this is legit or not. I saw somebody. There was a pretty high sale that was circulating around Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like 300 ETH or something crazy, right? Like
Wait,
that
what?
has to be some kind of a
59 of
wash trade.
yeah. Well, I guess what are these things even? That's probably a good question. NFT stealth drop entire. Okay, that's all the. You can't scroll up or down. This is all that the website is. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell this one at 14 floor price. I don't. I don't get it. Not for me. Who's
I,
next?
I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna cite the Anime Curse, and I'm gonna cite it's talking about the world famous game designers Gabrielle and Halbert. I did a little research on them. They were running Machine Zone, which they create these free phone games, Game of War, Fire and Age, and Mobile Strike. I don't care about those games. I don't really think that that's gonna help this project. Um, I'm selling, man. I don't feel it.
Yeah, that's those are valid perspectives. I'm probably gonna sell too because I don't know enough about it. But from what I do know, the whole thing seems kind of sus to me. And they were like 7 like 2 days ago, even like 9 last night, and then there was some crazy sweep. I think that took them to 16. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling the project too much.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It is interesting to see that they only have 60 or 6,300 followers. Not too many people. I follow a lot of people in the NFT space, like almost 5,000, and less than 100 people I know that are following them. So that's sometimes a red flag to me.
But I mean, shout out to anyone who like because these were on the top 10 for a while. Like this little project, they just recently revealed, and they were like, I don't know, it was available for a good flip. So like, if you got in, hey, shout out to you for that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, this was on the table, and man, some of these things just come out of the blue. I am looking. I am looking. This Meebit fashion person is buying a lot, so who knows if that guy's affiliated somehow? But
Right.
I'm just looking through these recent sales. Like he's got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven in the last hour, eight, nine. Man, that's a lot of ETH to drop on this.
He's buying a lot of them, or she.
He or she, yeah.
They them is buying a lot. All right.
That's like 100 ETH to spend on this thing in the last hour. Like,
A lot of ETH.
Yeah, that's
man,
conviction right there. We got D Gods at number two, and that's for 587 Solana. How many ETH was that? I forgot the number y'all said.
I think it was 12.
Yeah, 12.
All right. Well, I'll have to do the calculations. We'll do it in Solana anyway, just because it is just the floor price for today. So 587 Sol. I'm selling these. Like we were saying earlier, not really. I don't see the value. I don't see the value prop besides just the community. And I think once prices start going down, we'll see less of a community. And really, it's simple as that for me. Kaizen, it sounded like you shared a few of the same sentiments as I did when we were talking earlier.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sell. I do like the art. I like the project, and No, I'm not trying to FUD them at all, but it just feels like one of those kind of typical cycles where it's going to pump, and then unfortunately, it's probably going to fall back to earth. And I think Ty's right. I don't think we've peaked quite yet, but I think by the time we broadcast in a week, it'll be lower than this.
Yeah, this is the make or break, right? I think it's a close call because that mint for Utes, I think, is on the 2nd. I don't know if it's a one-day thing or anything about reveal, so I'm kind of banking on like what's going to happen in that like 24 to 36 hours between like any top we might see from that over the weekend and our show. So I don't know. I'll buy them. I'm sweeping. I'm sweeping the D gods.
Ballsy move.
You know what I mean? Hey, got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yep. If you're trying to make that ETH, you got to take a risk. Also, just wanted to give a shout out to the people in the audience. Feel free to play along with us. We encourage that. If you guys let us know if you sweep or sell these too. We've had Daddy-O in the past tell us we're all wrong on A Pepe's, and then it turns out that's completely right. And yeah, he claimed that clout. So it's an opportunity for everyone to get involved, which is why we love this collection, this segment. But moving on to number 3, we got the Renga Black Box. This is actually a pretty interesting thing to me. It sounded like the people behind 10KTF are also behind this. We Knew Labs, I should say.
That's what's up.
That's all I know about this, and that already had me want to buy in. I think earlier today the floor price was 0.5. I think it was a little bit down, but now it's 0.57.
Yeah, I think like pre-reveal or whatever, like they were 0.55, and then like it looks like there's a few different types of these boxes, and this black box is the most common. And I think that has something to do with the type of character that you might get, or like what class of PFP comes out of this. I might be wrong, but I was looking into Renga too. I think it looks pretty dope. Like this is another one too, where like if they extend this reveal and whatnot, if that's what it is, I could see these also going up, and it looks like just a fun project to be a part of.
Do you know when the reveal is?
I don't. Like I said, bro, I didn't have enough time to like check this out this weekend. I'm just settling in, but Renga was on my list today. This is the same artist who did the Art of Seasons.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I think it was a project we've talked about. I don't know if we were doing sweep or sell back then, but we've definitely talked about it on here at one point.
Okay, yeah, it even mentions it down here. So it says so everyone who had an Art of Season was airdropped the Renga Black Box. Interesting. Doesn't say anything about the date that it's going to come out. Maybe we can find it on Twitter. But just off of what we've seen right now, 0.52 floor price, I would sweep. Because I'm interested in this myself, and if they are connected with We Knew, I saw a teaser that somebody from 10KTF made of the one of the Renga, I guess whatever's inside the boxes, printed on a 10KTF backpack. Or no, it was a Kevlar vest, and it looked dope. So I think there's going to be some connection there, and I'm not going to fade 10KTF. So 0.57 floor price is a sweep for me.
I did see that Tiger Kevlar. That was dope.
Let's see if I can find it.
All right, I'll sweep them too.
How you feeling about the Renga?
I'm gonna go against you guys on this one. Man, I'm conflicted, but just to kind of play the game, I'm gonna go against you guys. Honestly, I don't have a strong opinion either way. Like, I would give it equal chance to go up or down, but just for the sake of trying to win, I'm gonna go against you guys.
Valid. Yo, question about the rules really quick. All right, so
All right,
hear me out. So right now you can only make or lose money if you do a sweep, right?
Yeah, I honestly before you say anything else, in my head, I'm already kind of like maybe I'm I'm wanting to backtrack on the rules.
No. I mean, I'm not necessarily for or against it yet because I don't really know how it plays out. But like part of that does make sense because I think like it's almost two separate scores, right? Like we're sweeping it because we're trying to make money because we think the price is going to go up, right? And we're not buying it because we think the price is going to go down. So we still get our greens and our reds on our decisions. And we can still look at those and be like, all right, was that right or wrong? And that's like you're still like your batting average basically, as opposed to like, all right, what's your return on your decisions? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like two different scores. So
Yeah,
I kind of like keeping track of both of them because one is like, all right, how good are you at judging just the project going up or down? Like you got a high win rate. And then on the decisions where you actually pull the trigger, are you making some cash? It's kind of cool to me. I don't know. Just wanted to throw that out there.
okay, yeah, no, that's a really good point because each week we do highlight more than just the amount of ETH. It's also amount correct. So
Yeah.
you don't always have to be sweeping to get a bunch right.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a really good point.
Because
I
like
think it will be cool to see.
if you were to go with like any of us over the history of this, like, hey, there's a greater than 50% chance we were right is what it looks like. That's kind of tight.
Right, because then it just shows that you're good at picking the right pitches to swing on, basically.
Right. And yeah, I mean, like that's cool. Keeping track of
Yeah,
that.
and it's like if you can win the ETH and the sweep, I mean, and the total, then you're definitely winning.
It's almost like the Triple Crown. It's like we need one more thing now.
Yep. Well, I need to get on the board. That's for sure. One of these weeks will eventually come to me. But y'all are killing it so far. The one thing I do want to say about that is also if we do go by those rules, I calculated it earlier. We're all in positive on ETH for our sweeps. So it does change things a lot in terms of how much ETH we make on these theoretical trades.
That's what's up.
Cool. So moving on, number 4 I think is the other deeds. These were up from like 0.153 last week to 1.85. And I think a lot of it probably had to do with the VMAs. What do y'all think about that?
I totally agree, man. I was about to say the same thing. Like, I think we got a little tiny pump because of the VMAs, and I think we're going to fall back on the other side. So I'm going to sell.
Ty?
Yeah, I don't know. These went up a little bit from the last week, I think, right?
Yeah, they've been sitting. Let's see, 7 days ago. I guess it's average price. It doesn't really give a good representation of the floor, but they've been down below 2 ETH for it seems like weeks now.
Yeah. I'm selling.
I'm selling too. I think it was just that VMA pump. I don't think it'll last. There's still a lot that are listed at like very close to the floor, and I've been checking these like every day. So agreed with y'all. Is this a rug?
No,
It doesn't have a website.
Definitely not a rug.
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude. No. So get it. This was a project put out by Commonopoly, and he's a well-known figure in Treasure and like Smallverse. So he would do like a lot of derivs for a lot of smalls and was working on a couple different projects. I've been tracking him for a while, but this was just a project that he put out. And it's kind of dope because it's like Arbitrum's or Trove, which is the marketplace for Arbitrum and Magic. It's their first launch on an L1. So it's kind of tight.
How does that work?
I have no idea. I just saw him talk about it, and I don't know if they partnered or just decided to do it, or who knows? But it was to try to get more people like aware, I think, of Trove and show that it can be on both somehow. But definitely
Oh, that makes sense.
worth looking into a little bit more if you're curious about it.
That is interesting.
It's got like it's maybe somewhat comparable to like if like Commonopoly's not not a super featured artist like Chimpers, but like it'd be similar to like when Timpers launched his project Chimpers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that. And I love the pixel art on it also.
Yeah, the pixel art is dope. I mean, I could definitely see this being a project that like the notable names in our space jump onto and latch onto, especially because it's so low. I think this minted yesterday, and there's another 1,500 or so that are going to mint round 2 tomorrow, or for anybody who didn't mint out. But like, I was digging through this project last night, and the way that they put it together is pretty dope. Like, I'm a fan. I think it's pretty cool.
So are you sweeping or are you selling at 0.06?
At 0.06 in the next week or two, I'm sweeping.
Kaizen, how about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna sweep too, and I really didn't know anything about it, but just Ty kind of sold me on it, and I do like the art. I'm just flipping through, and I like the vibe of it. I like pixel art in general, and I like the traits. And one funny thing, man, they have basically 4,000 male, 1,000 female, and 8 non-binary. And I just clicked on the non-binary, and they made them look like some kind of aliens. So I don't know if that's like some kind of political statement, but I thought that was kind of funny. But I do like that the one that was the highest sell right there, it sold for 3.28. I like that one a lot. I think that's clean.
Yeah, that one's cool. Kaizen, those are like alien noun glasses too.
Oh, okay. Yep, I see it.
Yeah, so the project shouted out like a bunch of different projects. If you're looking at that, all those aliens, that's a species too. And it's kind of cool because you can find like different versions of the PFP by like clicking on different traits and features. Like they'll get them to pop up kind of in unique ways. But like there's the pimp coat too hanging out. If you just saw that, like right underneath. Obviously we got like, the Mickey D's hat. Yeah, right. So there's hoodies, there's trolls, there's, you know what I mean, alien.
This looks like this is something on Arbitrum, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, it looks like the Smoles. That's what it is, I think.
Yeah.
That's cool. Y'all, why are y'all doing this to me? Both sweeping this? I just like am naturally inclined to want to sell it, but I do think the Trove thing is really, really cool. I think they did a smart thing by raising awareness this way, because I never would have known until it was like this. Oh man, it's tough. Let's see. Let me check some activity real quick.
Hey, take your time. Take your time. Do your thing. Anybody who's tuning in live right now, this is free alpha. This is project evaluation from Paper Ape live on the scene.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna put a timer on Paper for next week.
All right, it's trending down since yesterday. Yeah. It's only one day though, but I'm going to sell. I'm gonna stick with my gut feeling. 0.06. Lock it in as a sell for me.
There you go. Lock it in.
Are we going to talk about Women Ape Yacht Club this week?
Man, I'm a big fan. No, I hate this, man. Why is this still in the mix? This is like the third or fourth, probably the fourth or fifth, like Bored Ape female derivative. I don't get it, man. Are people really buying this? Like, oh man, no, I'm gonna sell.
Yeah, I don't even like. Is this a wash project? Is this even legit? Like, how does this thing continue to stay in the top 10? Like, there's just no way people are really buying this.
I guess they just keep minting new things. It says Phase 2 mint is live. Buy on OpenSea.
It can't be. Can't be. Careful.
Should I click it? Oh, there's going to be an airdrop, a snapshot in 19 hours. Pretty much a guaranteed sell. Whether it's a rug or not, it's going to 0. And on to the next one. Out Sad. Have y'all heard of this one?
No.
No, not before this morning looking at the chart.
All right. So it's a series of NFTs. It was created by artists who has spent. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm so autistic when it comes to people's grammar. I'm not going to read all this. I'm going to sell it. I'm not going to read any of it. It's not my thing. I don't think who would use this as a profile picture. It looks like it's trying to be. Yeah, no. It's a sell for me. 0.38.
Man, yeah, I like some of this, but to your point, this is not a solid PFP. And to look at it like from I don't know, as generative art, right? Just to try and do that, the supply is just too big for that. Like, again, there's 1,000 Fidenzas. If you want me to look at this as being art, like, man, your 5K supply is too high. So I'm gonna have to sell it, man. Like, even though I do like some of it, like, I think it's creative. But yeah, I just don't see it because it is ultimately looks like a PFP, and I don't think it works.
Okay, this one's kind of dope, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's like T-Rex looking thing.
Yeah, dinosaur one is actually kind of tight.
Highest, yeah. Check out the highest last sale. Like, that one looks like the.
Yo, if this is your thing, there's like a gold metal plus gold dinosaur on the floor right now. Cheapest one.
Honestly, it is kind of tempting.
You should do it.
Yeah, this is the highest sale. It's sick. I'm not gonna lie.
I like seeing the hand drawn like inspiration stuff. Like, I think that's a decent buy for 2 ETH if you actually believe in this one.
This one it gives me DMT vibes, and it's got the hoodie reference.
Yeah, that's clean. That's nice.
Ty, did you say whether you'd sell or sweep these?
I'm gonna sell. I don't know enough about the project right now.
All right. I want to look at a couple of these on the floor. Which one did you say was that dinosaur one that was close?
It was literally the floor piece.
One of these? Oh,
it was like 0.35. Maybe it got scooped.
Damn, the block is hot.
Yeah, it's gone. Somebody got it. It's the last
probably,
it got
somebody
scooped.
watching in the audience.
Wow, dude, front run live.
Yeah.
Dang. All right, now we know.
No, I'm kidding.
If you don't get front run doing the live broadcast, like, you haven't been doing it long enough.
Yeah, or you're just too small. RIP. All right, Crypto Simeji official.
I don't know, man. These look so tempting. These were up. These were like 0.06, 0.07 at like 6 a.m., dude.
It's a free mint. I know you love your free mints.
Got to keep my breath smelling good, bro.
I mean, it's up to 0.1 right now. What are we?
And the
We're
best
gonna lock
offer
it
is
in.
0.11. Like, that's your signal, bro. It's right there.
Let's see. Cryptos.
Let's learn about these guys. What are these?
Simeji keyboard app. So it's going to be some kind of emoji, but maybe you get an emoji of something. I should start reading before I speculate.
It does say, yeah, future benefits. The Simeji keyboard VIP benefit. Use and display your unique mushroom NFT avatars in the community. I don't know, man. Oh, the last one. Type to earn benefits for NFT owners.
Type to earn. The fuck is that?
I'm gonna go ahead and sell. Like once I saw the type to earn benefit, I was out.
All right, wait, okay. It's supposed to be a meme community. She is favored by trend-sensitive Gen Z users and is leading the change of trends in Japan. I feel like you can't say we're the best meme community. Like you just got to be the best meme community. To me, that's a red flag. So I'm gonna sell these at 0.1.
Yeah, and man, like if you're calling yourself the best meme community, like I'm looking at just the ones on the website, and those don't feel like very meme-ish to me. So at least it's not my vibe when I think of memes.
Right. Like maybe in Japan they love this shit.
That's another red flag when your project says, "Yeah, we're big in Japan." Like, I don't believe you.
Ty, what do you think about all this?
I have no idea what to do here. I'm torn. I'm split right down the middle. I could see this going crazy over the next week because look at those cute little pixelated guys, man. NFT Twitter loves that shit. You know what I mean? Get a couple Web3 baddies, post a few of these things. Next thing you know, this thing's gonna go out of
Yeah.
control.
I'm actually switching my mind. I saw they just minted, like, or I guess yesterday. And just because it's so time sensitive on it, I think they probably won't reveal by next week. So I'm actually gonna sweep. I change it.
Oh man. A week is a long time. I really hope these already revealed and within the next week because I'm selling these. I'm selling them.
Kaizen, did you already say whether you would sweep or sell?
I'm gonna sell.
I'm gonna do my due diligence here though. I'm gonna check them out a little bit more. Like 0.1's not bad. Maybe they're going crazy. This could be a moneymaker between now and next week if you're a DGen. But I'm playing the game here, so I'm selling.
I like it. All right, we'll see. Not super confident on that by any means. But ENS domains are next up on the list. Oops, wrong thing. All right, 999 Club. Every single week we cover it, it goes up. We're at 33 ETH, which is crazy because it was just 32 a few minutes ago. So
Yeah.
33 ETH. I'm sticking with my guns. I'm selling these. I'm gonna blame it on the macro environment this time. I think people need to actually cash their profits out to prepare for the upcoming carnage in the market. So I think they'll sell their Grail 3-character domains.
I'm sweeping.
Just had to counter trade your boy.
I've been burned on this like every week, but just kind of playing the odds. Like if I'm switching each week, I'm gonna miss it. If I just continue to sell this thing, eventually it's gonna go down. So based on that, I'm gonna sell. Holy smokes, man! Again, I guess I'm such a PFP homer that I
guys.
I don't get it.
3 digits. You convinced me of something, Paper, and I went against my gut last week. But think how many characters are in a wallet address, fam. You know what I mean? Numbers are universal, dude. A 3-digit joint. Anybody who's got one of these, they don't have liquidity problems in the market. You know what I'm saying? And if they did, they probably already sold. So I think these are just gonna go up, dude. Up, up, up. If you got a 3-digit OG, we were talking about the Dubai license plates. These are gonna go crazy. In a few years, in 10 years, in 50 years, you got a 3-digit ETH. That's gonna be one of the most OG price status things you can have, similar to a Bored Ape. until they launch maybe 2s or 1s. But until they do that, I think these are going up.
All right. No, I respect it. I think long term, I agree with you. I think ENS domains are the ultimate metaverse asset because it's so easy to implement into everything you do.
Right? It's like it. Yeah. You said it.
Yeah. Did we already all say this? I smoked before today's episode, so my short term memory is like a goldfish right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
I'm sweeping, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince Kaizen to sweep too.
I like it. I really do, and I think you guys are right. But here's like the wild card in this. Like,
Give me.
if you want to get a 3-digit, like whatever your initials are, like I don't know y'all's real initials off the top of my head, but like you could find like your first initial, last initial, and a number, and like that would be like 0.25 ETH. Like, or you can go with 3 numbers that might not even mean anything to you and spend like 33 ETH. And that's kind of the only reason why I'm not as bullish on these. Like, unless these numbers really mean something to you. Whereas again, like I could do my first initial, last initial, and any number and pay like almost nothing.
Those are great points. Can't even argue with it.
Yep. I can't remember if I said it earlier, but I'm selling at 33. I think it's too high. Oh yeah, I already went into that. Okay.
But I do want to say though, I agree, Ty. I think this overall long term, these will kill. But as far as me personally, that's the reason why I'm not going to reach, because I could get something more personalized for a lot less.
Totally.
Yeah, I think the returns aren't great when you realize that the utility is just to send somebody something to an easy address to remember.
I mean, right now, maybe not, but yeah, like down the line, you know what I mean? Fast forward 50 years, like either of those, you know what I mean? Like you got your initials and a number, 3 numbers, like it's gonna be badass.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
like
I think a lot of people in profit probably aren't in a position where they can hold something that's that valuable. Like if things do go bad, which like it seems like things are headed that way, then they're gonna need to start playing more defensive with their money and cashing out.
Valid.
All right, final collection of the day: Clone X, Takashi Murakami, 70th floor price. How we feeling about these, fellas? I want to hear it from y'all first because I feel like I'm biased from having a Clone X.
Totally.
I'll start, man. I'm happy to. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys my big picture thesis on it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Paper. I know you're a bag holder. My only problem with this project is, unfortunately, the fact that they're owned by Nike, and I think that most people look at that as being a positive thing, and I think that the fact that they are like kind of hamstrings them in a way where it's like Nike, like how much does Nike care about this project? Whereas you could say most other like kind of blue chip projects, like this is their thing. And like they're in it, like live and die by it. And they're going to do everything they can to push it. And I think that ultimately Nike, I don't know how deep they're going to go with it. Like they have deep pockets as a brand, but I just don't know like how much they care about this. And so that's my kind of like long-term kind of bearish sentiment on it. And so based on that, I'm going to kind of bet against them for a little while. That's my hot take, man. And I'm sorry because I know you're a bag holder, and I hope for your sake I'm wrong because I don't have any skin in the game. But that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah, no disrespect at all. Ty, what do you think?
I don't know. I think I respect the take for sure. It's a little too early to call for me. Nike's probably one of the best storytellers there is on like a corporate level that we've ever seen. So for Web3, where that's so important important, and now they've got all these characters in Takashi. I could see them doing something cool with it. I think it's also so easy to shoot your foot, and they've got so much resistance for being Web 2 that it's going to take time. But I don't know. It's probably not a terrible entry point either. Like it's a quality brand, quality team. Paper, do they have any announcements or anything coming up that like Clone X holders are aware of?
There is a ton on the roadmap for between now and the rest of the year, but I don't know the exact dates on anything because I don't follow it close enough.
Got you. I got you. I don't know. I'm just looking at it on the week to week. Like I'm probably gonna sell.
Yeah. No, I definitely get y'all's sentiment. I'm torn on this one, being a bag holder, because I see Nike's vision with the whole thing. Kaizen, to your point about how much does Nike actually care about Clone X, I think they care a lot. But there's also a big thing about timing the market. I think right now they know the market's not like it's not a really great time to release anything. So going off that, I also don't think we'll see any announcements happen anytime soon until there's a definite like what's going to happen next in the market. There's still too much uncertainty for me. So I'm also going to sell alongside you guys. But yeah, long term, definitely bullish on this community. Really cool stuff going on over there.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to assume that like they care about the project enough that they, acquire the studio, and they've got a lot of stuff. Like, what I mean?
I hope I'm wrong, man. I really do. Like, I think if they were successful, and Nike is, in my mind, the number one shoe company in the world, and they probably are financially, like it would mean so much to this space if this project succeeds. But I think the analogy that I'm kind of trying to make is, and Ty, you've probably seen this in kind of the startup environment where it's like there's this really promising small company that's making these strides, and then they get acquired by say like Facebook, and then it's just like, yeah, they're just one more thing inside this huge beast portfolio, and that's kind of where my head's at. And again, I hope I'm wrong because I like the art, I like the project, I love Murakami. Like, I really want this to succeed, and that's just my fear is that it's just another piece of this giant corporation.
Yeah, I totally get that perspective, and I hope that doesn't happen. And I wonder, like, at what point maybe Clone X or Artifact like leaves the scene. You know what I'm saying? And it turns into some other name, some other project. Do we lose the Lightning Bolt logo that's on some of the ads and stuff right now? And does Nike completely take it over? But the other thing that they got when they picked up Clone X was like an entire community. You know what I mean? And they've got access now to experiment, to try. They didn't have to build anything from the ground up. And I feel like, hold on, I got the sirens going crazy.
Yeah, we can hear a few of them in the background.
They're coming. No, I mean, like, how hard do you think it would have been for Nike to launch their own PFP project and get support behind it? Like, we kind of saw Puma try to do something. Like, what? We all faded it. I feel like, at least the three of us, like from a DGen perspective, the Adidas, they chimed in with Punks and Bored Ape, but they didn't launch their own PFP. I think that would have been a huge struggle. Like, who's going to buy a Nike PFP in the space? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, we might buy it to have in our portfolio, but it's kind of like Nickelodeon vibes. Like, and could Nike maybe do something visually pleasing and dope? Like, is it out of the question? Not at all. I'm just trying to make the point that I think it would be really hard for them to launch a traditional PFP and characters and foundation to a metaverse solely. And they didn't even partner with a company to do it. They just picked up a company that already had a damn near diehard community, did a ton of things right. And now they're attached to that in a way that we're still kind of trying to figure out. But I think, like, long term, that's just a good step by Nike even like whether Clone X is the one that hits for them or not, they've positioned themselves much different than any of the other shoe companies in the space in terms of like building blocks that they can work off of and their ability to now try to innovate and experiment with everything that Clone X already had in place. So I don't know. Nike, it's been, they haven't really lost in their history, so it'd be cool to see what they could do with this. But yeah, week over week, I'm definitely going to sell these guys right now just because of where the market's at.
To me, their move to actually acquire Clone X instead of dropping their own collection shows how tapped into the space they are and that they're actually doing things right. Like they're not trying to drop their own collection like Puma or Adidas, because ultimately those didn't catch on and they would have had that same failure even if they do have the Nike brand attached to them.
Right.
Which now they don't have to worry about because they have the built-in community that's ready to, build stuff for the clones instead of just being there to build stuff for Nike. But one of the things that was interesting that I found when I was doing all the research for Clone X is that Nike is really hands-off with everything that Artifact does. So you can kind of look at any kind of shoe-related things that Artifact does. That's where Nike's main focus is. But as far as the clones and more metaverse type stuff, that seems like it's all in Artifact's hands. Just another thing that I don't think a lot of people